Hi, this is like Geoduck from Slingshot Forum. In my previous video I mentioned I was going to talk about this target. And this is to help aid in improving your shooting and help you with consistency and working on your shot group. Alright, right now I'm already set up. I want to move this real quick so I can show you. I'm set up at 10 meters. And there's my target. Alright, let's say I'm set up at 10 meters, but the distance isn't that important for you when you're starting off. If you think 10 meters is too far, which is 33 feet, then you get a little bit closer. But the point is, you want to start off with a consistent distance at first when you're starting off and you're trying to improve your shooting. Now what I want to do is, as I'm explaining this, I want you guys to prepare to make yourself a video, because if you make a video and you post it on the forums, you have a chance to win a prize. And that's one offer out of my pocket. And this is just to help spread out slingshot sport and the hobby, and to help everybody else out. Now, the object of utilizing this and the key factors is, no matter how your first shot is, you want to use this target for one session, and probably about using five BBs, steel balls, or whatever your ammo of choice is. But the key point is not to do that many, but just enough so you can help you determine what you're doing. Okay? And I'm sorry I'm a little bit rambling. I'm not doing this scripted, as you can tell. What you want to do is, in your session, don't change anything. No matter how you shot that first shot, if you know that it went way off, just keep on shooting at least that first 5 shots. And then after you're done, you assess how you hit, and then you make adjustments after that. The point is, because you could be off the target, but all your groups are off consistently. And then you know your shot group's tight. And then you could see, okay, if I'm to the left, I need to aim a little bit to the right. Or if I'm too low, aim higher. Or if I'm aiming center, maybe change my anchor point. And that's the thing you have to set. There's many variables, but to eliminate the variable, you don't want to change after each shot, because you'll be going all over the place. You're changing your anchor, changing the way you hold, and then it'll be harder, or it'll take you longer to get to the point that you want to be. Not saying that I'm not even close to where I want to be, but this does help me out. And the interesting points I want to point out on this target is that the circle is 2 inches in diameter, and these squares are 1 inch. The big squares in each little square is a 1/2 inch. So this will aid in whenever your shot's on, so you know how big your shot group. A 2-inch shot group is pretty close, and that's pretty good. Because, it's not a rifle. You're not going to be dead on all the time, no matter how consistent you are. There's always little slight variables. But a 2-inch shot group is excellent, even if you're off a little bit. And yes, this center part is a little bit big, but it's 2 inches. So if you get 2 inches in the center, you're pretty much going to hit that can majority of the time, especially if you do it in 5 times in a row. Now, if you're all over the place, then you might have to work on something. And, that's as you grow. Well, anyway, okay, back to the challenge. This is what I want you guys to do. Now, the reason I'm aiming at myself instead of me and the target is because I want to get the side view of me. And that's what I want you guys to do. Whenever you guys make your video to post up, this is to help others see how you're shooting, and also help them assess what you may be doing wrong, and what adjustments you could do. There are a lot of expert shooters on the forum, and when enough people, you have enough eyes watching you, because you can't see how you're shooting really, they could give you some tips. So what you do, you either have the angle to the side, and it doesn't matter that they can't see the target, it doesn't matter how far you are, because I mean, you're doing this for yourself, so you want to be as accurate as possible on the information that you're giving people. And you have two choices, or a few choices. You can make a few videos. You either do it this way, or have the camera angle to you out of the way, so you're not shooting the camera, where you're actually facing towards the target. Now no one has to see the target, all right? And after you make your 5 shots, you either go get the target and show how you did, or better yet, take an image of this and post it with your video onto the forum. And then people could help you out and give you it'll be easier to understand, because sometimes it's hard to explain how you're doing things on Word. And video says a lot of 10,000 words. A picture says 1,000 words, a video says 10,000 words. So I'm gonna go and do this. I wanna do my thing, and I'll probably it'll be a little bit off, because I'm a little bit off. Oh, and another thing, what I want you guys to do also, this also helps, because a lot of times people are setting up their own slingshots. Prior to shooting, you just display what you're showing, your setup, what slingshot you're using. It doesn't matter what it is, but this way people can get an eye and say, oh no, that one looks a little bit too short, or one's the other, your setup's a little bit off, or something. Maybe that it all depends on how your outcome comes. And they could also just see, some people, like if you're shooting through the forks, not all people shoot through the fork. So the people know that you're shooting through the fork, they could tell you from their experiences what you should do. Because the way you shoot through the fork and the way you shoot over the top, you make slightly different adjustments, even though it's all basically the same. Okay, well, I want to post my video up, and don't worry about remembering all the things I said in my rambling. When I post this video up on the forum, I want to add the little guidelines on there, and who knows, later on there'll be a drawing or something, and might win something. It won't be extravagant. I'm not made of money, but it'll be all slingshot related, and it'll help everybody out, hopefully. All right, so I want to make my shots. I want to just make 5 shots. I want to run and grab it, so I'll be out of camera again, which is probably a big no-no, but anyway. So here it is. Now this probably won't be an accurate display of my shooting, because I'm still concentrating on the camera and less on the thing. But that's another thing you need to work on. If you could do this with a camera going, then you're improving when no one's watching. So. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Well, here's my target. Of the 5, I got a little bit off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did group it up a little bit better. I know I made a little bit slip ups on. This is probably my first one. Because this is where it went, and I know what I did wrong there. Probably see on the camera. But see, even with this apart, that's about 2 inches. Just about 2 inches, a little bit less than 2 inches actually. So that's a pretty good, decent shot group right there. This one, these are flyers, but anyway, that's only 5 shots. It'll give me a point. I need to aim a little bit higher maybe. And these I released a little bit off. And just remember, even after this, if you don't post on YouTube, the video for other people to help, it also helps. It can help you because, and in fact, I just thought of this now. I want to actually review this again and probably do this more often. Even every time I shoot, I'll just have my camera on at different angles and then go back home and review it and see what I'm doing wrong. So that's a good thing to help for you. Even if you're not a YouTuber or you're not going to upload it, it's good for you. It's just like did the same thing in golfing. You know, you get the little video assessment and everything, and you can see how your swings are. So this is basically the same concept. So, and this is a good record to see your improvement. Well, anyway, I think I dragged this video out long enough. Hopefully you guys do post some of your videos on the forum. Let people, there's a lot of great people that are willing to help, and it doesn't matter your skill level. You know, I'm middle level. There's excellent people, and you know, it's good to have another pair of eyes, especially if you're shooting by yourself. You know, like I normally do. So I don't get a chance to have someone, you know, a little side coach and, you know, a mentor or whatever. So you guys take it easy, and thanks for your time watching my video. Like Geoduck out.